The final season of Umbrella Academy is here, which is sad for fans. So I want to know, how bittersweet though was it coming in to shoot this?
I think less bittersweet because we knew it was ending.
Yeah.
But Steve Blackman, the showrunner, was always talking about 4 seasons even from the get-go.
Oh, so from the very beginning.
Yeah, we kind of knew that was the arc. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Steve did say that he had 4 seasons kind of written.
I didn't hear that.
Oh, you didn't? So you're like, no more?
Yeah, but you're always in your own world.
It's quite lucky
Your
if the show
AirPods
gets
in.
4 seasons.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm glad that we got to keep telling the story. That we got.
So the world's ending again, huh? God, that's tragic. We need to fix this.
It was bittersweet, for sure.
Yeah.
I think there's a part of us that I think felt extremely grateful that we did know, because a lot of times you don't.
Right.
And so you do an entire season, and then, you know, months, years go by, and then you find out that that was the end, and you never really got to say goodbye and or to those characters, to tie it up nicely in the way that, you know, you would want to. All of it, yeah. So it was really nice to kind of go in knowing that, like, this is the end, and I think appreciating the moment, appreciating the time, but definitely bittersweet.
It was just, I guess, the sense of feeling like grateful we got to have 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Know that when it was going to end is when it was going to end, and, you know, I think everyone sort of felt like, okay,
Yeah,
you know, we
yeah.
got to have these 4 seasons together and feel proud of what we made together.
You're on pace to end the world in about 48 hours.
24, actually.
How bittersweet was it for you guys?
Very much so. I mean, I'm very grateful that we did go into this final season knowing it'd be our last, because you sort of can savor every moment knowing that it's going to be the last. And so, yeah, it was special in that way.
Yeah, it made the really cold, long nights much more enjoyable.
Sure, because you're like, this is the last time we'll have a long, cold night.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
This Monday.
This Monday, right, exactly.
We're coming back next week.
I was gonna ask you about the legacy of the show, and is it those night shoots? Is it all of those set pieces you gotta bring to life?
Yeah, I would say, I mean, in terms of legacy, I mean, that's to the audience to interpret, but in terms of, you know, when it would get really hard and really exhausting and really technical, I knew that that's when it was gonna be the best. You know, when you're doing something really difficult, you're like, oh, this is really hard right now, but I know that once the final product comes in, it's gonna look phenomenal.
I feel like I really grew up on this show. I mean, it was my first real big break and my first real sort of foray into this industry, and I just learned so much, whether it be about acting, whether it be about the industry, whether it be about how to, you know, conduct yourself on set, you know, and just the family that we made through the years is something that I'm gonna cherish and miss.
We're back. We're back. Out the way. Out the way.
First person back! Hell yes!
What do you guys think the show will be remembered for?
I think we remember for his dance scenes, for sure.
What excited me and excites me about this show when I watch it is just so much representation. They have taken the casting and told stories that are so specific to the actors playing these roles, and that's so exciting to watch, and it's such a representation of the world that we live in. And I think that's really beautiful because we don't see that enough, which I think is also why we have such a big fan base. I think so many people can see themselves. Yeah, not necessarily in the ridiculous scenarios that we go through, but they can see themselves represented in the show, and that's really exciting.
I feel similarly in it are, you know, these characters who ultimately are a bunch of people in their 30s who had a really childhood and it's now manifesting in their lives. And
Who can relate?
Exactly.
Right?
And it's that within the world that's fun and exciting with amazing music and weird and takes risks. And hopefully for years to come it'll still be a show people want to, you know, go back to and be comforted and entertained.
I think there's just the joy of having these oddball characters and how much they look out for one another. I think that sort of element with our friends and our family.
I agree. I mean, I'm going to agree with different words now, but it's the same thing, really. I mean, everyone has their own strange relationship with people that's specific to them. And that makes the show very relatable because we are, you know, strange people and there's different themes of, you know, trauma. But it really is about a family going through experiences and, you know, sometimes you get like a rough patch in life. But if you make it through together, you sort of bond even more with scar tissue.
That familial dysfunction is normal.
Yeah.
And don't get too down about it. If
Embrace it, if
the
anything.
holidays you're at each other's throats, because it's grand. Just go for it.
You children bicker constantly.
Yeah, and we drive each other crazy. But when things go to hell, they're there for me.
So when you read how the show ends, what was your reaction to the finale?
I cried a lot.
You did?
Yeah, I was a wreck.
Did you feel, as a fan of the show, satisfied by how it wraps up?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I felt like it's so much happens and so much is answered that
Right.
it was like, yeah, bittersweet, so beautiful.
I kind of wanted another page.
Yeah?
You know, like.
He said, I want another season, actually. I want more pages.
And I was like, the end. I was like, is this really it? I was like, okay. I didn't allow myself to like ponder so much. I'm like, oh, this is it. It's over, because it's just a page, you know. And even to this day, I still haven't really felt like, oh, we're never coming back because we're doing this right now. I mean, I'm never really good at goodbyes anyway. So
Me neither.
Yeah.
Do you think fans will be left satisfied?
I feel like because I've been a fan of different shows, like even if it's a good ending, it's hard to be satisfied because it's just hard to say goodbye, right? And so I think, and there's never a perfect ending for anything, so I think hopefully it'll provide some sense of closure and just help them mourn the show, because I think it's like mourning for all of us, you know.
Yeah.
Look, you want to pay your respects? Go ahead.
You know, the whole show is about intrigue and leaving things on a cliffhanger. But the end of the show very much confronts the fact that it is the end, you know. It doesn't shy away from it, embraces it.
The thing is as well with a show like this is like it has to, especially when you have a very loyal fan base, you got to serve that. And I think I don't care about a show ending. I care about a show ending right. And properly, and we tie up loose ends, and the fans are satisfied. And I think they did a great job of it, you know. And you know those loose ends are tied up, and it also leaves a few questions, but not too many. You know, it's just right.
Our world is changing. Has changed. I give you the inaugural class of the Umbrella Academy.
And smile. No.
Fans are so excited to binge this one, but can you give a message to fans to comfort them once they finish that last episode?
Just let it out.
Yeah.
Weep, wail, scream.
4 seasons of angst, you can just let it
Just
out.
let it all out.
Let it all out.
Yeah, and startle the neighbors.
Really let them have it. What message you guys have for fans after they finish this last episode?
You know, life is a very strange thing, and what makes it colorful and beautiful is getting to spend that time with people that you love.
Yeah, nothing lasts in life, and everything ends. So use that to not take it for granted and be there, you know, whilst you're here.
And how do you suggest fans watch this? Should they binge it? Should they take their time? Should it be like an episode a month just so they can, like, you know, prolong it a little bit?
I feel like you should do a rewatch of the
Ooh, there
first
you go.
3 and then gear up for the
Earn your 6 episodes. Earn them.
I like that.